further ado, the man, Herbie. Hey, thanks for coming here, Herbie. And introduce yourself, tell the people who you are.
Herbert Mays, a.k.a. DJ Herbie
You have
Love,
in the mic, bro.
a.k.a. DJ Herbie Love, Mr. Decompression Session, Mr. Help the World Heal.
Well. So a lot of people wonder. Oh, that was my fault.
Yeah.
A lot of people wondering, what is decompression?
What is Decompression Session?
Yeah.
Decompression Session is Decompression Session is a party with a purpose. Decompression Session is we're gonna party, but we're gonna heal at the same time. One song at a time. My experience with Decompression Session, I remember being in the club with that old saying we had, leave it on the dance floor, right?
Yes.
And I was fine long as I was on the dance floor. But at 2 a.m. when them lights came on and I got in the car, went home, the music was off. So I was still left with the elephant in the room. Elephant in the room was my anxiety, my why is life going this way? Why am I feeling this way? Why I don't feel like I'm getting ahead? So when I came up with Decompression Session, it was a thing where for me was we were all at these house music parties. Everybody in there is going through something, right? But nobody, if we talked about it amongst whoever we trusted in that room, right? So now, Decompression Session, I put myself in the position to be that voice to say, hey, I'm dealing with depression. I'm dealing with anxiety. This is how I'm feeling today. I'm not feeling myself today, right? And so the house music is just to get your attention. So through me being, I'm going to say, transparent, people just started attaching themselves to it. So I started a Twitch show, right? And sometime during the beginning or at the end, more so at the end, because people don't like nobody talking. Don't nobody want to hear the music off, right? So I try to, at the end, just be transparent as to where I'm at with my day, my life. And again, people just started attaching themselves to it.
Yeah, come here. I think I was there. I was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Your first was there. Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's so weird how life has a way of encircling itself, because Thommy has always been one that when he played, it was a lot of emotion in his sets. Though the music was expressing enough, but his response to the music, and I don't know if anybody remember the post that I will post every day if I could, when he was doing his gospel set, and the song was a remix called God Is. And watching Thommy, like still to this day, just brings chills to my body, how it took everything in him not to let the camera see him cry, right? And I could tell he was getting choked up because he grabbed the book. I know that whole 4-minute video because I screen recorded it, right?
That video went viral too.
Listen,
just leave it up. Just leave it up.
It's like I caught it at the right time, and I screen recorded it, and I was screen recorded from the beginning, and it was almost like I knew you, and you were blending in that song,
right?
So I caught it in just the emotion. And then you came in with the clapping hands, right?
Yeah.
And then Thommy Davis, thank you, was coming on. And you were just sitting there like you were just decompressing.
Okay, I got it now.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like you were just, that song had took all of your woes out of you.
Yeah.
Right? And you sat there and you leaned on you just leaned like your deck was in front of you, leaned on the table and you was just like
So
right?
so what are you talking about? During pandemic, I started a stream show, and it started off on a Monday with everything, and then we moved to Friday, where I just had started doing all church music because I started building a big fan club. So Herbie told me like, "Yo, me and my father listen to your show," and I'm like, "What?" So I mean, I'm just I had people from around the world, but different than other shows. I allowed the Holy Spirit just if it showed up, it showed up, and I was trying my best to hide, but I didn't know y'all could still tap see because it was.
Bro, so just moving forward, your like the music is one thing, but when you show expression, like this, like as the DJ, you're feeling the song as much as the person that's listening to it.
Oh yeah.
Right? And my wife gets on me all the time. She's like, "You just so animated, right? With me dancing and like you inspired me to start my gospel set on Sundays, right? And it's just something about, and every time I come across, like I don't have that version of God is that you got, right? But the one that I do have,
Yeah.
it still touches the same.
It's the song.
Right? And it's that James Cleveland.
Yeah.
Right? And it's that one part when he just like, God is, right? And he holds it. And there's never a time, and my show starts 8 o'clock in the morning, right? On Sunday. Now, if I party Saturday, I'm hurting Sunday morning. Yeah, but I will not miss a show. At 7:15, I'm downstairs loading everything up. Sometimes, like if OBS want to act crazy, like but I'm going to do this show, right?
Amazing.
And I tell them when I come on and like the first couple songs I'll just play with just like a scene, and then when I bring the camera on and I'm like, look y'all, I'm hurting today, but we gonna get through this. Allow the Holy Spirit, to touch you through the music, whatever. So, but it's decompression session. Back to the original question. The music is one thing. But my goal for decompression session is what do you do when the music is off? Right? Now it's time to put the work in. Right? Them feelings, them emotions, those thoughts, the negative thoughts. So now decompression session, I make it a point to have a mental health specialist in the room.
Yep. Brilliant.
Right?
Brilliant.
Where I'll take somewhere throughout the set, I'll announce it, they're in the back, they're over here, or come see me, I'll point them to you. Mm-hmm. And some people, I've announced that they're in the room, and some people are like, who did you say that was again? Yeah, I talked to them, like, because everybody don't want to be open. Everybody don't want to be open with where they at, right? I get people inbox me, Herb, I'm in a bad space, who can I talk to?
And that's some real talk. I get side messages from those shows, and I just lost my mind. We was in pandemic, so people that, matter of fact, you went through it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna keep doing this show because you and a whole bunch of other people was going through it. And music has this amazing power to heal. So doing most shows, the angels will tell y'all is that if I'm in a church, as soon as I finish, I have to walk around the church. Just walk. Just keep walking just to calm down. just to calm down, because it just took me there, you know. So as men, especially a black man, I'm gonna hide the troubles. But after I do that show, the troubles is gone, and then now you're witnessing a release, and that's hard to cope with. To go back to, I'm gonna interrupt. Go ahead.
No. What I've learned, men suffer in silence.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We're not gonna tell you what we're going through, right? We're not gonna tell you what we're going through, right?
You good.
Well, I'm talking about me. You're supposed to read my mind. Right? So decompression session is, I spent 50 plus years being an introvert. Right? I became a DJ at 53 years old. Right? And decompression session has put me in a position where now I have to hug. Now I have to hug people.
Oh yeah. House people hugging.
Now I gotta answer questions, right? And a lot of times people will call, like, I'll give you an example. I was going through when this, like, I was alright with my first party, but when the Louis part came, listen, I was overthinking. We was on the phone, Thommy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I was all over the place, right? And people that I thought would call and check on me didn't.
Oh yeah.
Right? And it was like, okay, nobody's checking on me. But then I realized that I already had the tools. So now it's meant for me to utilize them. Right? And that is the biggest part. I ask God all the time, why you make me the man? Because the man is supposed to be the strong one, to be able to figure everything out, to have it all together. Right? I don't have it all together. I'll be 57 Friday.
Yeah. Early happy birthday to you.
I don't have it all together. I'm still working on some things.
That's okay.
Are you gonna be on the mic? We need to hear you.
I have a question for you. I'm sorry to cut you off. I know as we grow up, and everybody grows up like this, your parents always tell you, you're a boy. You need to stop crying. You're a boy. You need to hide your feelings. You're a boy. You're supposed to look and feel and do a certain thing because you are a boy. Do you think that's where it starts?
I was diagnosed with anxiety, depression in 93, right? At the time, I was in treatment facility, right? I got out, and I'll never forget going back to my grandparents' house, and we sitting down having breakfast. And I'm just cordially sharing with table talk with my grandmother and my grandfather that I was diagnosed with depression. My grandfather slammed his hand on the table and said, God, get over it.
Listen, hold up. Listen, this is online radio, so you can say anything you want to say.
Okay. Listen, my grandfather hit the table and he said, God damn it, black people don't have depression. Get over it. Right? I took that for 20 plus years trying to get over it, but never understanding why I keep going through why I'm in these dark spaces. Right? Failed marriages, right? Failed relationships. Like because of my depression, I have ruined some healthy relationships because I did not understand what I was going through. Right? I didn't reach a level of acceptance with my depression till I was 48 years old.
At least you did. There's plenty of people out here
Right?
that have not dealt with it.
And once I came to grips, like my therapist, thank God for him, Alex Green, if you on here, Alex Green, when I tell you, I've been seeing him since '93, right? And I remember a lot of days in a session with him, and I'm talking, and he would just cut me off, right? And say, "Did you take your medicine today?" And I'd be like, "No." He said, "All right, we done." He would cut the session off.
What?
He would cut the session off. He was like, "I can't talk to you if you're not on your meds."
Yeah, cool.
Right? Right? So somewhere down the line, as a result of meds, one of the side effects, I got sick, like really, really sick. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I never forget going back to him and saying, I can never experience that again. Right? I'm not taking these meds. So he said, okay, now it's time to put the work in. Right? And he taught me how to better manage my anxiety, depression. And one of the biggest things that he used to always say to me was that your feelings cannot hurt you unless you act out on them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact to feel. Right? And he would always say, once you act out on them, then you lose. So I had to learn how to manage those feelings, manage the thoughts that created the feelings, right? And just, I'm going to say one day at a time, I'm getting better.
It's
right?
a work. It never stops.
Yeah, it never stops.
So, one of the things that I admired about you from the beginning, I said, I've heard, I come from clinical doing stuff in mental health. So I said, it's a lot of people out here that feel like you. You are not alone. They're just not talking about it. And so when you were trying to be loud about it, and I was like, yo, I'm with you. I'm with you. We need to go out and reach some a lot of people. And people are carrying stuff in. There are certain signs of it that people think is normal. It's not normal to not want to get out of bed.
Mm.
It's not normal to not want to eat. It's not normal to feel happy and then 10 minutes later you're sad. These are not normal. Some of these things are just symptoms of depression. And there's all kinds, like you have anxiety, you have clinical, you have MDA, which is like a major depression where you might have to actually be hospitalized and people get the mistake that it's something you did. It's biochemical. It could be genetic. It could be environmental. It could be just a whole bunch of stuff that triggered to it, but you're not at fault. But the world teaches us that you're broke. You're crazy. And you can't tell nobody what you're going to do. They're going to say like your grandpa, just put yourself together. It's not that simple. It takes a lot of help. And the more what you're doing is helping other people to say, wait a minute, I'm not alone. And be able to go out and get help. And it's an ongoing thing. It never stops. You have to, I've had a therapist for 9 years. It just goes along with what you need, what you got to do to take care of yourself, just like the gym, just like exercise, just like peace and positive vibes. These things is helping you. And so when you said that, I was like, dude, I'm in it, because I am a really friendly person. So I know a lot of people, and I don't share their business, but I think Herb, I know 10 others like you. So you know what? We need to talk about it because to take away the stigma. And unfortunately, in the African American, it's a stigma to say, "Hey, I suffer from depression," and we're gonna play the song you're talking about, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about depression and the party, and in the aftermath. And you're listening to the Thommy Davis Show. Mics.
Yep, they're down. You got music. Again, you're listening to the Thommy Davis Show on Power 410. And you can also find us on the app, which is Power 410. There's music playing 24 hours a day. If it's not music, you'll have a talk show. Or, you just have a little hip hop, which is my love. But anyway, we are going to take a quick music pause. Okay. So this is going to be my question to you once we come back. So you can start thinking about it now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. I got to pause you guys. Well, yeah, Facebook Live. Give me a second.
Live in the radio station with Thommy Davis.
So, here's a question I want to ask you when we come back. In my church, we're talking a lot about wealth. Wealth is trust, right? Because most people think that wealth is treasure. It's trust. Why was she? Why was she calling?
Huh?
But anyway, trust, your tribe, your tribulation, your territory, and then it's treasure, right?
Okay.
What's this party? Do you think that you found your tribe?
With the party?
Do you think you found your tribe? Your tribe is the people who are going to be your inner circle, the ones that hold you up, and then also you hold them up. So
Right.
if you can think about that.
Okay. All right.
What do you have a question for me before I ask you that question? I just want
No, but no, I can, like, as far as my tribe.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this after this song's on, but I just wanted you to be prepared for that question because I didn't want to catch you off guard. So that way, you're going to talk about the people that you bring to the party, and you can also talk about the party.
Gotcha.
All right, so it's going to be a
When
bridge.
we come back, I have a definition. You need the actual definition for depression.
Okay.
So, all right, some of the statement. I'm not going to read it all.
Wait a minute, hold up. Let me go. Hey everyone, if you want to listen to the rest of the show, please visit Power 410 on the app or go to Herbie's decompression session or Herbert Mays page. Everything is tagged on the title. So if you cannot find it, just press the tag on the title. And I'm going to make myself a part of the discussion on the second half. So I'm going to log off. And if I get a chance, I will log back on. But again, Power 410, download the app, regardless of if you have an Android or iPhone, or Herbie Mays page, or Decompression session. Okay? Cool beans.
You would have to put